Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Scion of the Dark House, episode 14. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. I have made sure to find the lines and veils of every single one of our players here, so if there is anything such as blood, gore, violence, child endangerment, or other such things that may set you on edge, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So, where we last left off, our intrepid heroes had figured out that the family that had done unspeakable things to the people of Pinprick lived in the city of Darkmoor. After going to the city hall, they found that the child of that family works there. And not only that, but he has been affected in such a way that he is no longer human, but is half hag. After very easily getting his parents' address from him, they decided to pay the parents a visit under the guise of a charitable foundation attempting to start a reconstruction project in Pinprick. After getting a check for $5,000 gold from the family, they then threatened them for answers. Afterwards, they immediately murdered them and raided their jewelry box. And we start the story back as they walk out into the relatively sunny morning in Gothia, which is still cloud covered, but still, you take what you can get. Merrily walking down the street towards the bank with a check in their hand and 2 corpses under their belt already this morning. So we begin there as you walk towards the bank. What are you all doing?
I think just like trying to keep my head down. like we're like, don't look at me.
Could you please try to act a bit more natural? Maybe like we didn't just murder 2 unsuspecting people?
Trying to do. How far is the bank from here?
You do have to cross Cathedral Square.
See, I think Percy's probably the only one that knows how to deposit checks, maybe.
I mean, checks are relatively new. You probably haven't handled them before, but you might have caught wind of the bank trying to do something new to keep people from carrying around thousands of gold coins.
Yeah. Sure.
Still can't imagine how this slip of paper is meant to represent what is veritably a fortune, but you know.
Well, the bank should have the money, and if this paper is enough to get it, then, well, let's give it a shot, I guess.
So you keep walking across Cathedral Square, across the main street. Actually, if everyone can roll me a perception check real quick.
Oh, balls.
First roll of the night.
Nat 20.
Well, I did real bad. Perception. Okay, that's a 11.
I did worse. I only got an 8 total.
And Rerek, what did Rerek get?
20.
20
as well.
Ooh. So Arthur and Rerek, as you cross the main street, you look down and you notice there are some people standing outside of what appears to be fairy godmothers with some small barricades. And the front window is busted out. There is glass everywhere. And people are just looking on in shock.
Well, that's certainly new.
None of us did that, right?
Wait,
I was about to ask that.
So after they point it out, Lark's just gonna like cackle to himself a little bit.
He's walking. Oh my God! Can't
Someone
take
beat
these
us
people
to it.
anywhere.
Someone beat us to it.
No, Rerek. We helped cause this. Don't forget.
What? Okay.
Can we over, since they've told us and they pointed out, can we overhear what's going on at all?
You are a ways away. You're just kind of seeing this down the street, kind of at like not quite the other end of the street, but you're crossing at a point where you would have to turn and walk down the street to see what's happening.
Well, I'm curious. I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
But the stealthier
I wanna know
ones,
what's
I'll
up.
hang back.
Oh, please! Everyone's doing it.
I'm gonna follow the guy with the cat.
So I guess I'll just like walk over and whomever's closest, just kind of tap him on the shoulder, like, what's all this about?
They turn around and let's just say they're just like a nondescript blonde human man. And he's just, oh, you didn't hear? They had to take Madame Drintle to the hospital. She fell through the window.
Oh dear, how terrible. Is she ill? Was it she just fell?
No, she just fell through the window.
How
She was up there
terribly
fixing a
strange.
display and then fell through the window.
I hope she's all right.
Yeah, that must have been scary. I'm sure it's going to impact your business a lot.
That I'm sure will disappoint plenty of townsfolk.
And they just turn back to kind of staring and then eventually just walk off.
Yeah, we should probably go. So yeah, I'm gonna head back the direction we were. Get back on track to the Banky area.
Yeah.
So hospitalized she is.
I wasn't expecting it to be that blunt.
Well, it's actually pretty sharp. I mean, lots of broken glass. So,
Yeah, good quip.
Hey, that's what I'm good for. What? Listen, don't act like you weren't party to it.
I
mean,
was. I'm not that disappointed. I think I was just expecting a bit more, whimsy from a fairy curse.
Yeah, job done. Or in progress,
Yeah, true. The
Either way.
stone is still in the safe.
Yes, Percy, this could just be getting started for all you know.
Well, I guess we'll have to keep an eye out.
One can hope.
Let's go to that bank.
So you do make it to the bank. It is a similar style to the town hall. Lots of ostentatious columns and gargoyles and stained glass windows, but it's made out of a dark stone. It's almost imposing. And as you walk in, it's not as well lit as the town hall. The only light is coming in through the stained glass windows and low lamps set on the desks of these long rows with a variety of different people working at them, scribbling with quills. And people are going up to each of these people with purses, papers, and are just discussing things with them in hushed tones. And there seems to be one open desk where a halfling leans over and makes direct eye contact with you guys and says, "Can I help you?"
I think so. Maybe I don't know.
Go. Do it.
Okay. I'm going. So Arthur, I'm positively delighted to see a halfling, but having absolutely no idea what he's doing, just kind of smacks the check down on the desk and says, "What am I to do with this?"
Oh, well, that depends. Would you like to open an account with us or just get the cash?
You know, never mind. The cash sounds great.
Of course. And she takes the slip of paper and she looks at it and she flips it over and she goes, "Oh, you must not have done this before. I'm going to need you to sign your name on the back right about here."
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, I'll be right back. And she gets down from her stool and you see her run back along the desks to a back room.
Did I do it right? Okay.
About a minute later, she comes back with a bag that has an official, it's like this dark navy blue with the official sort of seal of the Darkmoor Bank on it, and she hands it over. "All right, that should be 5,000 gold. Is there anything else that I can help you with?"
That's it?
Yes.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Have a lovely day.
Get out of here. I'm just gonna go. Mother always said never trust a banker.
And with that, you all leave the bank back into the morning of Darkmoor.
Ale all around.
Does that feel too easy to anybody else? Should we be worried about possible incrimination about all of this, or just not care?
I just want my part of the loot.
Gift horse.
I mean, if anyone's willing to dig deep enough to figure out who did what, they'd probably be liable to find out that they were also not good people, you'd assume?
The last thing they did before they were viciously attacked, unsuspecting in their home by some terrible marauders, was donate to a charitable foundation. They'll be remembered well.
A non-existent charitable foundation.
Nobody needs to know that, Percy.
Well, I think if there's nothing else left for us to accomplish in the city, as much as it terrifies me to say it, I think it might be time for me to inspect my inheritance of the house.
No celebrating? No ale?
Okay, we
No
can get
chicken?
ale and then go. I mean, I have to meet my parents anyway, so.
Fine. Like it's such a chore. Ooh.
How long will it take to get there? Isn't it still morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like less than a day away from here, right?
Beer, man.
Walk and drink.
Is there any way for me to like send a message to my house to say that I'll be stopping by later, or should I just surprise them?
You could use a sending spell if you have that prepared.
I super don't.
You could always ask Franklin.
Well, that's like 300
Wasn't that
gold.
like expensive?
Yeah.
I don't got that.
We just got 5,000 gold.
I'm gonna at that point I just say just show up. I'm not gonna waste 300 gold and telling my parents I'm coming over.
Well, fine. All right.
At any rate,
but I'm sure there are messengers in various places. You could probably just show up to the town hall and ask for a message to be sent.
Yeah, we don't need to like role play that, I guess. But yeah, I'll just make a pit stop at the town hall to tell mom and pop I'm coming home for dinner.
Yeah, so it's probably around maybe a silver to get the message run to your parents' house.
Let's just assume that, like, as we're walking, we've split everything up to
Mhm.
1250.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a several 100% increase of my current my current status.
Yeah, no shit. I smell a weapons upgrade.
Is your sword thingy ready?
I think we still got 2 weeks left? Something like
Around 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I can't wait to test that out.
But I guess we can celebrate a little, have some libations before
Yes.
I take to my parents. So
Yeah,
well,
I imagine you're going to need a little ale in you before that. I'm
Right.
sorry, did I say that out loud?
well, you're not wrong. Our funding has significantly increased since the last time we drank, so there may be a finer establishment we can go to, or we can head back to down Falcon.
I mean, you're the bougiest one here, so suggestions?
I don't have the list of locations up here, Spencer, yet.
I don't either. I don't think I named any other taverns, but the
Okay.
We can afford
two that
whores
you've-
that have more than one set of clothing.
There.
goodness.
Okay, I found it.
I did say celebrations, right? Don't look at me like that.
Well, there's a spa we could go to, or
Ooh. Do they have that thing with the slugs? You know, when I
I
let
have
them crawl
no
on your
idea
face and stuff.
what you're talking about, and I dearly hope they don't.
Well, what good are you then?
Or we could just stop by some of the finer stores now that we actually have some funding, and see if we can purchase anything before we head to the house. Check out the Wizard's Top Hat. They have potions and whatnot.
And ale.
Well, I'm sure something in there could probably get you drunk, or something of the like.
I'm down to give it a whirl.
Sure, yeah. I mean, can we check out the Wizard's Top Hat then?
Let me pull that up real quick.
And that was, looking through the list, that was the only. Gabbo's is just like a regular jeweler's, right?
Yes.
It's not like a magical.
It's just a regular no.
Cool.
It's just
Is
jewelry.
there any other store in here that would be of like questing interest?
You already visited the Copper Cauldron, I believe is what it was.
Yes.
That's where the sword's being made.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe we can check that out now that I have some money to actually buy things.
Oh goodness. I say this knowing that I don't have anything from any shop list prepared, but that's fine.
You just gave a gaggle of gays a couple thousand gold.
Yeah.
And
Very
are surprised
true.
that they're going shopping.
We're going shopping.
No, I as a gay should know better.
Retail therapy. I needed
Is there an Hermes around here, or no? I've been wanting a Birkin bag for so
long. Okay, well, I have the item section open, so
Wonderful.
Whatever you would like to do.
I'll check out the Copper Cauldron first. Just to, we can check up on your sword. We can see if there's any fun magic things. Okay, then we can go get drunk after. Do you not want? Cool, fine.
Fine. Okay. Yes. Fine. Okay. I'll just complain the whole time.
I would expect nothing less.
You know me so well.
So yeah, the Copper Cauldron, please.
So you head back to the familiar facade of the Copper Cauldron with a dragon holding its claw out over the door with a sign hanging. And you open the door back into the familiar surroundings with all of the magical items in various places, probably at marked up prices, neatly displayed on pedestals with various little other props around it. And you see people shopping, and of course the gold Dragonborn who runs the place, working the register.
Can I give a sweep looking for some sort of like protective trinkets? Percy's a little nervous about going to the house and wants some protection.
Okay. So yeah, you see a few things. You see another brooch of shielding.
Can I double up?
That you, sadly, you cannot. You probably see some magical armor that has like +1, basically a +1 armor. And various cloaks as well. But you see the price tag and they do cost a lot of gold.
Like more than 1250?
Probably, let's be honest.
Well, window shopping is fun too. So I guess if I can't afford any of that, unless anybody else wants to inspect this stuff, we can go to Gabo's.
I mean, I might still want to look a little bit.
Are we gonna go to Wizard's Top Hat or no?
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, the Wizard's Top Hat, not Gabo's.
I mean, if you want to buy some more gems, you can.
I got how many diamonds again? I wrote it down. I have 100 gold of diamonds. I think that's just enough for Revivify once, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay.
And yeah, I have to look to see if the spell says anything specific. I mean, it's fine, whatever. You can just have a handful of diamonds that you don't have to have a 100 gold worth diamond. I think you can just hold them together tight enough that it counts. So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I guess we can just go. I was above game. I was looking through D&D Beyond's magic items for like just rare stuff to see if there was anything interesting. And besides like a quick +1 to AC, not much.
Yeah,
I'm really into.
He probably has a lot of the magical items that are listed there. You could probably get them here. It's probably a couple thousand gold to get it, but you can.
Yeah, I don't really need anything that I'm seeing here. I'm good.
Cool, let's check out the Wizard's Top Hat.
Wizard's Top Hat it is. For all you magical types.
So you go to the Wizard's Top Hat. It is a corner shop with wide windows full of alembics and vials and all kinds of alchemical equipment, beakers and Bunsen burners and all kinds of things. There is legitimately a giant gold top hat sitting at an angle over the door. And there are plenty of magical effects going off. There are little fireworks going off. There are illusions of things appearing and disappearing, like butterflies and birds and rabbits and all kinds of things. And when you open the doors to the shop, it's very richly decorated. There are plants growing everywhere that are very clearly potion ingredients of some kind. It seems like the store itself doesn't have like a back room. The whole store floor is the store. The employees work in front of you. There are cauldrons with potions on the go. There are walls of different various alchemical equipment. There are desks covered with things. There are various people all working. And there are also tables at which people are drinking things. Some of them have bubbles coming out of their ears. Some of them are blowing smoke or blowing little bits of fire or smoke rings or having suddenly growing donkey ears or other things like that. It seems like there is a sort of fun drinks sort of establishment where the cocktails might not be alcoholic, but they certainly make funny things happen. And
I'll blow bubble.
And striding through it all is a guy that is dressed almost like a stage magician. A cape that goes down to his knees, lined with red but black with a popped collar, a big frilly ruffle in front of him, a cummerbund, pants with shiny black shoes, a top hat, white gloves, and a cane. And he is walking around with this big smile on his face, just making sure that everybody's having a good time. And he comes up to you and he even does a little hop, skip, and a slide with a twirl of his cane and goes,
dandy.
"Hello," tipping his top hat, "and welcome to my establishment, the Wizard's Top Hat. What can I, Martin Tops, do for you today?"
Oh my god, guys, his name's Tops.
Hi, Martin. My friends and I are adventurers of sorts, and we're about to embark on a bit of a journey together. So we're looking for some potions that might give us a boost.
Yes, of course, I have various potions. Would you like a... And he kind of whips out his cloak, and there's like several vials, a mystery potion to begin with. They are free and on the house.
That sounds right up your alley, Arthur.
I want to try the
He
mystery
gives
potion.
you one.
Cheers.
I was low key waiting for him to be described with like red head and a twin.
No. I mean, the shop design is... I was thinking a tiny bit about that when I was like making the shop, but
Yeah.
no, he does not have a twin.
It's okay. He'd be dead anyway.
Dandy
no.
enough all on his own.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Anybody else like a mystery potion? You don't know what it will do.
I want one.
Yep, and he gives one to you.
No, thank you.
I'll abstain. Thank you.
Party poopers.
Well, suit yourself. And he does another magnificent motion with his cape. So, is there anything in particular you're looking for? Healing potions? Those are
Please.
always a hit.
Yes, we'll take some of those definitely.
Yes, let me see how many I have in stock. I have, and he's kind of looking over at a shelf that has healing potions on it, and it seems he has quite a lot of potions of healing, just, of course. He seems to have maybe 10 greater healing potions, 5 superior, and 1 supreme. The supreme seems to be locked in its own little case at the very top of the shelf. But he probably has, let's just say 24 or 25 regular healing potions.
What's the price range we're talking here?
Well, it'll be about 15 gold for the regular potions of healing. It'll be about 50 for the greater, 100 for the superior, and 200 for the supreme.
All right, boys, what do you think? How many?
I'll take 6 standard and 1 greater, please.
All right. That will be, oh God, I forgot the prices I just threw out there.
50 plus 6 times 15 is 60, 30, 90, 140 gold.
Yep. Thank you for doing that math for me. I am terrible with numbers.
No prob.
So he takes your gold and he has an assistant begin packing up the potions for you in a nice little box with lots of straw in it to kind of keep the bottles all nice and even. Is there anything else?
I'll take 3 of the regulars. I have a healer's kit and I'm a cleric, so let's be honest, these healing potions are for you guys if I go down.
Ah, of course.
I wasn't going to say it. But
So that's 45 gold. That's
yeah.
3. Yes. So he takes your gold and he packs up. He has an assistant pack up 3 healing potions, regular healing potions for you.
I think I'll have 10 standard healing potions.
So that would be 150. Wait. I don't think he has that many. If he has 24.
He's got 6 left. If he buys 10.
Oh, he's got 6 left if Rerek buys 10?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, that'll be 150 gold, and he takes your gold and gives you the 10 potions. And so there are 6 left.
I guess I'll buy the last 6 then.
Oh, wonderful. And so he takes the amount of gold for that, of which I don't have a calculator on hand.
When so what, they're $15
Six
each?
90.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
When Lark passes the gold, he's like, surely since we bought out your stock, we can talk. Do you have anything else that would be interesting for people on a particularly dangerous quest?
Yes, I have a potion of heroism, my favorite. I have a potion of invisibility, and I believe I have a potion of diminution. Those will all run you about 300 gold each.
Right. So I can piece together what invisibility does. What are the other 2?
Well, the potion of heroism will make you more courageous in battle, and give you a few extra benefits to your abilities under stress. And the potion of diminution will simply make you small for a short period of time. It will shrink you down.
Meh.
Right. Well, I think we probably have that front covered, Lark. How about I wouldn't mind purchasing the invisibility potion.
Wonderful. That will be 300 gold, please.
All right. I hand it over.
And he also gives you a little bag with it in it. So you now have a potion of invisibility.
Sweet.
So what do these mystery potions do? I'm still waiting.
Well, you'll have to drink it to find out.
Already.
Oh, okay.
Bottoms up.
So you begin to feel a bit queasy, only a tiny bit though, Rerek. And you then hiccup, and out of your mouth, about 4 butterflies fly out and circle your head before they vanish.
That's
Do
so
it again.
gay.
For the next 10 minutes, you are going to occasionally hiccup and have illusory butterflies fly out and fly around your head for a moment. Arthur, I'm trying to think of an effect because I don't have a table. So I'm just making this up as I go.
It farts caterpillars.
No, we're not gonna do that.
I don't think that sounds fun.
That would be awful.
Yeah.
Pick an animal.
Ooh. Let's go for an osprey. I don't know why I said that so gay, but
All right. So your throat for a moment feels a little bit itchy, and for the next 10 minutes, at any time you want, at will, you can perfectly mimic an osprey's cry.
Oh, well, that's fun. Oh, I don't know what ospreys sound like.
I don't know either. I'm assuming they shriek.
You could just
Something like
scream
that.
real good.
But it's a very specific scream.
Hang on.
You can always consult that wooden bird thing that we have.
we still got
Yeah,
that.
right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The bird charm.
I mean, we used it once. We used it to
Yes,
to
you did use it
kill-
once.
Yeah.
Like choke that.
Oh God, in that skipping stone. You know, I'm running
Oh,
out
yeah.
of room in my inventory because of all those items I have like noted in there.
Didn't we take some
Well-
of them? Didn't we like, oh, it's all in your like little cat bag?
Yeah, I think we stuck it in her pack. You know what? While we're here, is there any chance that we probably would have had better luck at the Copper Cauldron, like selling some of these barely useful goods?
You can sell anything but the skipping stones.
Yeah, that's gonna take down a dragon one day, I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, I guess it technically has an enchantment on it, so it technically counts as being a magical weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you beat it hard enough, it would do 1d4 damage to a dragon and not be reduced.
That's enough to knock out the last couple of hit points. I'm just saying. All right. While we're here and I'm busy like entertaining myself with osprey cries, whatever an osprey sounds like, I'd like to ask Mr. Tops if he happens to have one of two items, either a potion of fire breath or of water breathing, and I imagine they'll be pricey. I'm prepared for that.
Well, we don't have any at the moment. Our specialist in water breathing is out for a short vacation.
Disappointed osprey call.
Fair enough. She is really the expert in that, being related to a sea hag. But I don't think we have any potions of fire breathing. I'm sorry. We can make them. It will be about a 100 gold fee to make them, since they're not on the shelf. But otherwise, they would be the regular price, which of course would run you 300 gold.
So a total of 400 to have them prepared?
Yes.
Or to have one of them prepared?
One of them prepared.
You know what? Let's go for that potion of water breathing. I feel like that could come in handy. We've got a guy who has fire breath.
Well, I will get that order written down. So 400 gold, if you please. It will be about maybe a day or two before our specialist gets back, but then it can be prepared in an afternoon.
Excellent. Thank you.
And so he goes to a giant desk in the middle that is clearly his desk. And he puts the gold underneath of it and he opens up this book and scribbles something into it. And then slides the book aside and comes back. Is there anything else that I can help you with, or?
That's all for me.
Yes, thank you.
Well, hopefully you all will have a lovely day. And thank you for shopping at the Wizard's Top. I nearly forgot the name of the shop. The Wizard's Top Hat. And he gives a big flourish of his cape and a show-winning smile, and he struts away to check on the other customers and his other employees.
You know, Madame Drentel should really take the notes from this guy.
I imagine she's not in a position to be taking notes about anything right now.
Hey, hospital jokes. We can spend the next couple hours drinking and whatnot, and then head to my family's, I guess.
Pre-game time.
How
Yeah.
expensive were the? So at the Copper Cauldron, how expensive were the magical items there generally?
It would generally run you close to 1,000 gold. And they were not just like skipping stones or, you know, things like that.
It wasn't
they were
hag junk.
hag junk. Yeah, it wasn't hag junk.
Praise the saints.
It was pretty good stuff that was in there.
Well, Lark's gonna be like, could we swing back there for? I wanted to see if the wizard's top hat had anything that struck my fancy in particular, but other than a few potions, we didn't pick up much. But
Sure. Head back.
Dying of thirst.
5 more minutes, Arthur.
Fine. This is so boring and forever taking. Yeah, fine, we'll go. Let's go.
So you head right back into the shop. Is there what are you looking for in particular?
So, Lark's gonna look for wands in particular or spell focuses, because the rat gave me a really cool thing with a gimmick, but it doesn't help my spell casting at all. So I'm gonna try.
Very true. Looking at stuff. There are definitely staffs and wands. I say flipping through.
You're looking specifically for spellcasting buffs?
Things that'll help us in general, spellcasting and a sorcerer, but I don't think Lark's big enough to wield a staff properly. Like, that would look really weird if he had like a full-sized humanoid staff. He's looking for
like a humanoid wand, and it'd be like your little staff for you.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm the person that hates tiny short wands, like the Harry Potter wands. They're like, it's 12 inches. No, give me a 3-foot wand that I can swing. He would have a couple of wands of the War Mage. He would probably only have a +1, and it would be close to 2,000 or 2,500 for a +2 wand of the War Mage. He probably has just looking through. Sure, he has a wand of polymorph, and once again, it's like 2,500 gold for that thing.
My.
And yeah, let's just throw that one in there too. A wand of lightning bolts, also like 2,500. But for a round, we'll just say 900. You can get a +1 wand of the War Mage.
The Lark's gonna be like, so I could afford that by myself, but guys, this one shoots lightning at people. Think of it as a group investment.
Can you do that?
I do feel like I would want one for myself too. So it's like 2 of them.
There is only 1 wand of lightning bolts, but there's 3 +1 wands of the War Mage.
So
And they'll run you 900 each.
So the ones in the War Mage, they add 1 to your spell attack, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and they also ignore partial cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll buy one of them +1 Johns then.
Ew. Just at the language. That's all.
Surprise, they're shaped like dicks.
Oh wow.
Surprise,
They're just
surprise.
2-foot floppy dildos.
The human dicks are like dragon people dicks.
Lark would be the one to, does it make a difference at this point?
Canonically, they are not shaped like dicks.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry to
right,
spoil the fun.
those would be called dildos. Then they were.
Yes, they would. Wow, we had fun.
Yeah, I'll buy one of those just to help my spells hit a little more often.
All right.
I don't have much
Cool.
gold left.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's a lot.
Any gold until about, I don't know, an hour ago out of game. So this is fine. Get all your money, spend all your money. And when you run out of money, just bat your eyes at Percy until he buys you something.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's always worked well for you.
It's gotten us this far.
Does anybody else have anything in mind before you leave the Copper Cauldron? All right, so the rest of the day is yours, and there are definitely various places that you can just get alcohol.
Thank the gods.
And drink. Various little vendors and shops and other things that you can buy plenty of alcohol from. So I'm assuming that you're going to be doing that. Is there anything that you'd like to discuss while wandering the main street, day drinking, watching the people go by and shop?
Yeah, I know we're headed to the the house here soon, says Arthur in between large swigs of his double fisting ale. But what are we to do about the hags that Nanny Middenheath told me about, if anything?
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Didn't you say they were a coven of hags, right? That somewhat
Yeah.
like the ones we met in Pinprick.
3 of them.
That sounds rather daunting, but perhaps I don't know if we're in the shape to stand up to them at the moment, but maybe one day.
Certainly not now, but I mean, look at the trouble they've caused already. I mean, the last time they interacted with humans, it ended at some point in the destruction of my entire village. I need more ale.
Makes you wonder what's going on up in that other town.
Well, didn't they say something about your little fairy trick getting them in trouble? So maybe they're not doing anything there anymore.
Really?
A hag,
I mean, that's the hope.
you can only stymie a hag for so long before she starts doing what she wants to do.
Well, I see your struggle here, Arthur, and I feel bad about abandoning the last town we were in, and I don't want to abandon another. So.
Nor I.
We can. I need to set my affairs here in order, but perhaps after managing the house for a short period of time, we can investigate the Burr hag up north.
More information has never hurt, so I suppose an investigation is the least we can do.
Are we going to be staying in this mansion, Percy? Or are we staying in town and visiting there?
How comfortable are you all with like ghosts and curses?
I will say there are multiple various abodes on the estate that are not just the house.
Cool. I recall my father talking about that there's several homes dotting the grounds of the estate that will hopefully be less haunted.
So you're saying that we're less
Gone.
likely to get possessed in one home than another? Is that how this works?
You're the fairy. What do you think? You like talk to banshees and stuff?
I'm curious of just how dangerous this place is going to be if we should be
I
spending.
don't know how dangerous it is. I was told to never go there, so probably at least a little dangerous.
Is it considered
If
like
you'll
a
recall,
dungeon?
if you'll recall, we met by, trying to stop a imminent zombie apocalypse. So, I mean, not super concerned.
There's
I
a difference
appreciate
between
your bravery.
The difference,
Liquid courage.
there's zombies, and then there's, things like banshees, ethereal undead, ancient curses, old magics.
Yeah, potato.
I don't know what lies for us in the house, but I've heard many
Only one way to
rumors,
find
and
out.
I've always just hoped they weren't true.
I'm not too worried. It's always been the reason why I'm here.
Well, I guess two of us aren't very worried. That's 50-50.
Yeah, so let's stop dragging our tail feathers and go see what the hell's up.
Okay. Well, if you've had enough to drink, we can go meet my parents so I can say goodbye.
No such thing, but
This is going to be our first time meeting your father. How interesting.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I had to really quick pull up your backstory and be like, what's the name?
What's your name?
So yeah, you guys are heading to his parents' house, Percy's parents' house at the moment. All right. So it is in a similar neighborhood to where you found the Munsters, except the houses are a bit thinner and closer together and taller. A lot of people have front gardens, not very big yards, but front gardens. And your house is no different. There is definitely a big patch of ivy growing up the side of the house, a very large peaked roof, and a very heavy looking wooden door and a wrought iron fence surrounding a postage stamp sized yard with a single path that leads only a few feet to the door and dense foliage and flowers crammed into this tiny little space. But it's the house that you grew up in, and you'd recognize it in a heartbeat.
Aw.
Every little chip on the stone from doing something to the perhaps a different piece of wood in one of the windows where you might have busted it out playing with Alex.
I was just thinking of him. Could I retcon my messenger to say I also bought a message to Alex saying I'm going to have dinner with my parents. You can come if you want to.
Sure. Yeah, so just take off another silver. Yeah. So that'd be 2 silver.
Cool.
Wait a minute. Who's this Alex person again?
My cousin, the student of the academy.
You
That's
met
right.
him, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
all start to blur together. After
relentlessly scolded me for accepting my inheritance, much like my sister, much like I imagine my parents are about to do as well. But
meh.
Well, there is your house standing before you. What would you like to do?
We're gonna go in, or we're gonna stand here like a bunch of pussies?
Are you in any state to go in?
I'm in all the states.
Right. Encouraging. Yeah, I'll I think I'm gonna knock on the door.
Yeah, so it takes a moment and you hear some very loud footsteps, heavy footsteps coming down the stairs, and opening the door is your dad. So would you like to describe your dad to
Yeah.
the group?
He looks a lot like me. He's probably taller than me, blonde also. He's a bit pudgier. He definitely eats well. You can tell that, and he has very lavish clothing, all very very fine suit. He probably wears, even though he really isn't going anywhere that fancy right now. He's a big, uh, boisterous and kind of superfluous acting man.
So this man opens the door and he goes, "Ah, Percy, nice to see you again." And he
Hi,
comes
Dad.
out and just hugs you. And he does have like a glass of brandy in his
Yeah.
hand as he hugs you. Come in, come in. You have to
Right.
introduce me to your new friends.
Of course, right. Mother and Bella here, or Alex, I invited him as well.
Well, Bella's definitely here. She is up in her room. She had a day off for an incident at work.
Right.
But
Oh
your
yeah.
mother hasn't come back yet, and I didn't know Alex was showing up. But he's welcome to show up. You know, he's always welcome here.
Right. Yeah. Well, come in, everyone. And so,
He
Father.
seems kind of nice. Remind me why you hate these people again.
Oh my God, Arthur.
And why did you have to knock if this is like your house?
Yeah.
Why did I bring you?
Because you.
Please, they're drunk, Dad. It's just anything they say, just in one ear out the other, please.
And he kind of
And
raises
what
a glass
fine
of brandy and
ears you
starts
have.
drinking from it again.
Cheers.
Right. The drunkard in front of you is Arthur. This is Rerek from Gypsha.
You just gonna skip right over Jasmine? She's right here.
The large cat is named Jasmine.
Thank you.
And Lark, my companion that I met in Gravesend. You know, we all sort of joined together for a threat pushing against the town of the alchemists and the undead and whatnot.
He's a fairy. That's why he's so tiny.
Don't be modest, Percy. You saved my life.
Right. Well, that is how Lark and I came together at the very least.
I'm sure these are very interesting stories that we'll have to share over
together.
dinner.
Right.
And at this point, you do see your father does start moving into the kitchen, and Bella does come down the stairs. Well, good to see you back again.
Thanks. How are you doing?
Definitely better. I actually got some sleep today. Yeah, today's been a bit weird.
Oh, right. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah,
Yes.
now that wicked bitch is in the hospital.
Such an unfortunate. Tell her.
I know, it was weird. A lot of stuff was happening today.
Yep.
It started early when she was trying to buy, I don't know why she's doing this, but she's been trying to buy this flower shop called Petunia and Ethel's for a while now. And I guess the deal went through because she ended up chasing the realtor out of the room with her cane. And then a stair broke under her. And she misplaced her scissors, her favorite scissors that she doesn't do anything without. she stood up from her desk and her shoes were tied together, and then she was fixing a display up front after yelling at several employees for messing it up, and then she just fell backwards out the window. This was all before like 10 o'clock in the morning. She just sent us home after that.
Oh my, that's
Junior
quite a
Epless.
series of events.
That's the names in the letter. They're in the letter.
Right.
The letter? What's going on?
Have no words.
Well, whatever you two did, it did a number on her.
5.
Well, sure.
Well, I hope the break is long. Well, not too long, but long enough for you to recover.
We can always make it longer. Excuse me.
I would be happy for you to make it longer, but sadly, I have to make money. And she doesn't pay us when we're not working, so
That would make sense.
it's unfortunate, but it's the way things are.
Surely you can go to work for yourself, an industrious young girl like you.
Well, many have tried and many have failed. She is a powerhouse. The only fashion business she hasn't been able to squash is the Three Sisters, but they're weird.
We're kind of weird. I like weird.
People think they're hags. I don't think they are. But like Three Sisters, they finish each other's sentences. Sometimes they don't blink for long periods of time. They get things done remarkably fast.
Mother always said, don't trust the bitch you don't blink.
Well, that's a lot of phrases.
This town is just so interesting to me. The more I learn about it, there's a group of hags making clothing, possibly. There's a vampire living at the edge of town that nobody's dealt with. So fascinating.
Well,
Hey,
it's dark
she's a
morn.
businesswoman. You leave her alone.
Well, clearly he's a little drunk.
Yes.
A little? That's offensive.
Should we sit down? And
Yes, that might be a good idea. There's some nice, soft chairs that won't tip over in the living room. And she does kind of push Arthur towards the living room, where there are very fancy, very plush, very expensive chairs that are a little too big for the living room that you have, but...
Yeah, I looked down and was like, oh, I see this father's new rug.
Oh, yes. And you do see literally a tiger skin rug laying on the floor. Yep, that is his new rug.
I did not find that to be grotesque.
You better hide Jasmine.
Yeah. Don't do that to me, Jazz. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, I assure you, my father had absolutely zero part to play in the making of that rug. Do you know when Mother should be arriving?
Because if I don't get something to eat, I might actually die.
Well, I'm sure she'll be coming pretty soon. And at that moment, you do hear the squeak of the gate flinging open. Oh, that's probably her. And Bella gets up and opens the door. And you see your mother come in. And she kind of walks in the door, takes off her coat, and then just turns and looks and goes, well, welcome home.
Thank you. I wanted to see all of you. Should we eat?
Yeah.
I'm sure your father is warming up dinner at the moment.
You guys
Everyone's
don't
all right
got
with...
like a cook in this place or something? You do that?
Well,
I thought y'all are rich.
Not exactly. I'm sure you, as she kind of pointedly looks at the tiger skin rug.
So that's where it went. I got it.
Tends to go to those things.
Mhm.
But yes, we should at least set the table. I don't know if Alex is coming. I heard he was.
Okay. Right. So yeah, I'll start helping set up the table and how was work?
It was okay until Madame Drental showed up.
Right. We heard.
Yes, she fell backwards through a window. Luckily, there was.
Oh no.
Yes, well, she is a hell of a patient to deal with. Get me this, get me that. The water's too cold, the water's too hot.
Shocking.
Anyway, well, we should probably not talk about the hospital for a variety of reasons. But
we wouldn't want to address the elephant in the room, would we?
And there it is.
We are trying to have
Father,
a nice...
how goes dinner?
And he's pulling, he has these huge, very fancy looking oven mitts, and he's pulling a big copper pot out of the oven. Well, I hope you all like stew.
Never met him.
Vegetarian stew.
Ooh, it is not. It is chicken stew. I was not aware we had a vegetarian.
Way to go, Percy.
It was a short message. What do you?
I'll take bread.
Well, there's certainly plenty of bread.
Huzzah.
Right.
We might have some salad around here.
Maybe you could just pick around the stew. There's probably like potatoes in there, I think. I see.
We did use a vegetable broth. And there's plenty of rice and beans in there.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Such a wonderful host.
I do.
So of course
want
everybody
to see you all
starts
compromise.
dishing up bowls of stew and setting them on the table when you do hear a very loud bang, bang, bang on the door, and the door is shaking.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'll get it. And your mother does walk to the door and open it. Hello? Anyone? Oh! And she steps back and you see this roar of flames just
Holy shit.
come in. And this shadow descends over the house, and then just like that, it's gone. Your mother's standing there unharmed with her arms up, and you hear Alex laughing outside. And he comes in, I got you again.
Okay,
Man.
I was wrong. I think I might have
And he
drank
comes
too
sliding
much.
into the kitchen. Guess who mastered Major Image?
Then I blast him by accident
Oh my
because
god.
I got scared. Oh! Oh shit.
Wait, do you really blast him?
I don't know. Can I?
I mean, you do have Firebolt.
Oh my god, no.
We're just gonna murder his family. It's fine.
Yeah, let's Rerek, spellcasting hands down. This is my cousin. You remember him? Like a whole day with him, actually.
Well, who the hell makes the entrance like that? I mean, bravo.
Me,
but
this guy.
Yeah.
I like him.
Let's
Major
not
Image.
forget.
Congratulations.
I had a dream about this shit.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you for coming, Alex.
Yep. and making my heart fall out somewhere I won't talk about it in the table.
All right then.
Okay.
Let's all let's all sit down and have a nice family and friends meal.
Yay.
And everybody does sit down with the plenty of salad and stew and bread to go around, and I'm assuming this mostly goes smoothly, but I'll let you figure out what's going on here.
I think Percy asks a lot of questions, like, oh, and how have you been, Father? I saw the new rug. Like, mostly trying to avoid talking about the house. Until it's like kind of we're all starting to clean up and like conversations pretty much died. There's nothing left to cover, and there's like nothing else I can. So I think a couple of you already know why I wanted to talk with everyone. But Mom and Dad, I wanted to talk to you about our family house.
They both kind of give you weird looks, and you do see Bella kind of just start drinking from her glass of whatever she's having, probably maybe wine, and just like trying not to make eye contact. And you do see Alex kind of fidget a little in his seat.
I have already made my decisions here, and I'm mostly doing this out of respect for all of you, to let you know what's me and my party here are going to be up to in the future. I inherited the house, and I accepted it.
Your mother does a spit take with her wine. Your father just kind of, that is a bold decision. And your mother is still kind of in shock.
Yeah. So that's why I returned to Darkmoor. And I just wanted to see you all before me and my friends travel there tomorrow.
I'm sorry. You did what?
I am now the rightful owner of the Kreutzwald family home.
Oh dear. I don't know what to say. When I married into this family, I heard about the house, and I was expressly told none of us would be going there, ever. I had that drilled into my head every year of marriage. What the hell is going through your head?
At first, it was just, never mind what it was at first, but now I know there's something happening. There's something happening to our family. Rerek had visions about it, so I've had a vision about it, about our family, something wrong, something to do with the house. And I think if I don't go, something really bad is going to happen to all of us.
Well, I guess it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
With all due respect, Mama Kreutz, says Arthur, having only partially sobered up after dinner, he's in the best of hands. We've gotten each other out of some really rough scrapes. And he's hard set on doing this, whether we were here or not. Better that he go with us than that he go alone. That's all I'm going to say.
He bought potions.
Yes.
Wonderful. You're going to face whatever the hell is in that house armed with potions?
No, darling. We're going to face whatever the hell is in that house with the eyes of a seer. Lark motions over to Rerek. The heart of a priest motions over to Percy. An assassin's bow and my tricks.
And a giant cat.
Thank you.
Mechanic cat.
Wow.
If you look at Percy, you can definitely see like he's kind of like perking up and like it feels a little bit of pride here with his friend sticking up for him.
Still, that was an incredibly stupid idea.
Well, it wasn't my first.
Was it
And
any?
now,
Lark's just he kind of starts, but then Percy starts talking. So he goes, "I don't understand families. I don't really have one, so I'll let you continue first."
the house is only a day's journey away, Mother.
Still,
I'll still be coming back into Darkmoor, but I need to do this for several reasons. But it's happening, and I would appreciate your support.
I don't think I can give my support for that decision.
Oof.
I will pray for your safety. I will allow you to sleep here. Your father and I will cook for you. But that is about as far as we will go.
Well, the gestures are appreciated for what little they mean. And don't worry, we won't be staying here. I just wanted to let my family know where and what I would be doing.
Well, any other bombshells you would like to drop on us?
He's gay. No.
We knew that.
We're all gay.
Wonderful.
Yes. That right. No. Well, I guess besides, and I'll like produce the papers that we had stolen from Sebastian Argent, the head of the hospital, that show like the document, like the strange misdeeds of funding and like money laundering going on in the hospital. Also, your boss is a money laundering fraud. So I'm going to leave and take my friends with me, and hope to see you next time I come back, if I come back. So.
Wait, does that mean I don't get no more stew?
Do you want
Okay,
more
fine.
stew?
I'm sorry. We can
She
go.
said she's cooking.
She
Serious
just
moment,
takes
sorry.
the papers and she does look at the first page and then just flip the papers over and just... Today has been a lot. You are welcome to sleep here. I don't know if there are enough beds, but you are welcome to sleep here. And I will see you off in the morning if that is when you choose to leave.
Is she stunned at all that her son just said that her boss was a money laundering fraud? Can I insight check his mom?
Yes, you may.
Let me see what my insight is. It's not good. I'm not a wisdom person at all. We ain't wise up here.
I'll do it as well. I want to know.
Me too.
I
Same.
am a wisdom boy. Oh, I rolled very well. Cool.
I rolled a 5 total, and I get +3 to the roll, so that tells you.
I got a 21.
She is
Dirty 20.
definitely a bit shaken with this information.
Wonderful.
You
At
know
least know my
that-
mom isn't in cahoots.
It doesn't look like she is. With that roll, she is definitely surprised by this.
Okay.
She definitely sees him as an authority figure, seeing as how he is literally her boss. And she was not aware of any of this.
Wonderful. I guess I'll kind of turn to my party, kind of like gesture a bit, like, what do you guys think of this offer? Should we stay here or just go back to the down talking?
I think that's more your call.
I know, but I'm incredibly uncomfortable right now and I don't know what to do.
I can't answer that for you, Percy. It's really got to be your call.
It has been a long day of shopping and murder.
Eric. Stew was fantastic.
I was whispering.
Whispering at a table still means most people heard.
I'd like to think that as he's whispering that, his Percy's mom is just sitting like right next to him and just turns as he whispers it.
What? Nothing.
Can I just deadpan look at Percy's mom and be like, it's not murder if they're cultists that were trying to kill you first, darling.
What have you gotten yourself into?
I think we
First the
should go.
shop that explodes and now cultists?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's what
Wonderful.
Your son is safe with us.
I'm so happy to have seen everyone one last
It's
time.
helping. It's not helping with Rick.
I think I'll be going.
Okay.
Thanks for the grub.
Of course. And everyone is still sitting awkwardly at the table as you leave into the gray sunset of the evening hours.
Yeah.
The street lit by the warm glows of the various houses along the way. What would you all like to do now?
Cry.
I don't know if I ever
Yeah.
explicitly mentioned or purchased it, but whatever form of tobacco consumption is prevalent in Darkmoor, I have a feeling Arthur's going to need it right just now.
It's probably loose pipe
Yeah.
tobacco.
I think all that's on Percy's brain right now is the house, and kind of just wants to settle down and do some praying, and rearrange some spells for the house.
While we're like walking away from the house, Lark's just gonna be like, I didn't expect mortal families to be that disappointing.
Really? You usually
Just
expect
because I'm
most mortal
curious.
things to be disappointing.
In what way are they disappointing? What flavor are we picking up here?
Vegan.
Once again, I'm perplexed by your ability to be a vegetarian. I didn't know that was possible for Dragonborn, but the more you know. What were you saying, Lark?
And just you tell them that you're walking into the maws of your family's personal hell and can't even give you just even a false kind word.
Well, I think my mother's stance has always been that a bitter truth is better than a sweet lie.
How utterly droll of her.
She's simply a woman who's afraid. Mortals do strange things.
That much I think is true.
I don't know. I've never understood mothers very much.
Do you not have a mother?
No,
Do you just like come out of like a flower or something?
you're actually spot on there for a change, Percy.
I was completely joking, but wow. Well, I don't know what to do with that information. So, to the hotel.
Back to the down Falcon.
Yeah. I think Percy just wants some quiet time to himself to pray.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, you definitely get time to do that as you once again pay your money of only a couple of silver to stay the night. And you get your rooms in whatever configuration you would like. And you do definitely get some private time to sit, read, sleep, do other things.
Wonderful.
Let's go hire Percy a hooker.
God.
Oh, I forgot about the whores.
What kind of horse?
Not for is Rerek of so you occasionally just pop out with Rerek's only 16, so no hookers for Rerek.
I'm not 16. I'm 15.
Oh my god.
Not helping.
For the purposes of this podcast, the age of consent in Darkmoor, well, in Gothia in general, is going to be the same as the United States, 18.
But in
But the
human
drinking age is
I'm
also
like,
going to be 18. So
human age, I'm like 30.
Like, because don't Dragonborn just have weirdly short lives compared to like humans?
I
for
think they're
some
only
reason?
slightly shorter and they mature faster.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find out after we get to the house.
So I will say that, yeah, the night passes by uneventfully. Some of you may have nightmares or anxiety dreams. But morning finds you and nothing is amiss at the moment.
Wonderful.
And there is definitely breakfast, hot and waiting for you.
Delightful.
So I will say you do have a map of the estate. I don't have the artwork with me currently. But you would know from looking at the map that there is, of course, the front gate, the house itself. There is a small carriage house, which is technically a guest house, in between the front gate and the house. There's also a lake house. There's some stables and a vineyard. And it's mostly a lot of gardens. There's a hedge maze. There's a very large greenhouse.
Well, that hedge maze is haunted. It's for sure haunted.
You never know. There are definitely various gardens. And aside from the main house, that is about all that's on the property. The rest is woods.
Cool.
Just a quick second while I answer the call of nature.
While Arthur is in the bathroom, I'll say we can. I'll like hire a carriage or something to bring us to the house. And I'll offer up, well,
When you look for a carriage to bring you to the house, everybody turns you down. It does not
wonderful.
matter how much you offer, they all turn you down.
Cool.
This place has a reputation.
Well, I guess we're walking, boys. So, just from the top of my head, looking at the map, I think the two places we could probably stay are the carriage house and the lake house. The carriage house is probably closer to the entrance.
The carriage house is definitely closer.
What do we feel?
Wait, are we like camping out? What?
No, I'm just proposing where should we? I would guess for the lake house probably somewhat better furnished, but the carriage house would be closer to the entrance of the estate. What are the opinions here? Just for us where we should stay while we're investigating the house.
How's a view from the lake house?
I've never been. I have no idea.
Let's see.
I would assume
It's got to be
probably
better
nice.
than the carriage house. Yeah. Why not enjoy the scenery before we go to our imminent death?
Yes.
Great. So yeah, no carriage for us. Everyone hates my family and our house, so we're walking.
Yeah, are you surprised?
No, just a little disappointed, but I understand. So yeah, we'll start trekking it.
So it definitely takes probably about maybe half a day's walk out of the city, onto the roads, into the woods. Trees on either side hanging low, and you finally get to the broad gates of the house. A circular tower sits on one side, and the stonework making an arch large enough for a carriage to pass through, with a wrought iron gate that kind of hangs open a little bit. Above the archway appears to be almost like a small house that you presume that guards would be standing in. And there's definitely some brick wall that goes off into the woods in either direction, but they very quickly seem to break down, being only bricks with trees growing up around them. There is the seal, the Kritzwald seal, which is a winged lion. And there's a broken statue of a winged lion on one side and an intact one on the other. And it does say above in big letters that are fading and cracked, the Kritzwald estate.
Well, once more into the breach.
Before we, Percy, I think you might need this more than I. And Arthur's just going to reach into Jazz's saddle bag, I think we decided to call it, and pull out the chalice of dark vision that we're still in possession of.
Yeah.
The rest of us can already see in the dark, so.
It does not have any liquid in it.
Woo! That's a lovely cup.
Oh, sad.
I guess it lost its enchantment.
Balls. Well, it was a pretty thought.
I appreciate the sentiment.
It's probably around maybe like 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this point, maybe. Since you spent a lot of the time walking there and trekking there and getting there.
Yeah. So yeah, the gate's just like open, right?
Yeah, it's rusted, so pushing it open takes a bit of elbow grease, but you do manage to push it open. It's not locked. It was standing ajar, but you think nobody would have gone in, even if the gates were all the way open, just because of the reputation of the house.
We can see the house like in the distance from here, right?
Yes, I will say you do see the towers poking up above the trees, and it is a bit away. It is a very large estate. I still haven't figured out the math, but it is a very large estate.
All right. I'll just take out my map and try to best direct us towards the lake house where we're gonna like deposit our stuff and go from there.
Yeah. So when you walk through the gates, it almost feels like you've walked into a building in a way. Like it was a hot summer's day outside and you walked into a store that has its AC on. Just a sudden change in atmosphere. Maybe not in temperature, but definitely in feeling. There is the feeling that something is not right here. It is eerily quiet. No sounds of birds, no buzzing of insects, nothing that would happen naturally in a forest. And it dips into the uncanny valley, just having no noise, as if it was something that knew how to create a forest, but didn't quite understand every little complexity.
Creepy.
You hear nothing as you continue walking. The path is covered with leaves, but you can still see it. A wide road in the middle, covered in a thick layer of leaves that crunch underfoot as you continue walking. But still nothing. And you soon come upon a house. It is a 2-story house on the side of the road with a small garden out front. And it sits back far enough that there is a loop, presumably so that the carriage can pull up to the house and then pull back around. It seems to be some kind of guest house. You would assume this is the carriage house. It is in disarray. There is ivy growing up the sides. The windows aren't broken, but they definitely have a buildup of something on the glass. The gardens have overgrown and have gone everywhere. And the inside is hauntingly dark, and everything is still quiet.
For shits and giggles, 2 checks. Well, one's a check. Keen smell, and then Arthur's primeval awareness. Just see what's up.
Okay.
Okay. Let me roll for her smell. And she got 19.
Well, there's definitely lots of leaves, but she notes that she does not smell any animals. No animals, no bugs, nothing like that, just plants.
That's odd. Okay, primeval awareness. So hang on. Undead within 5 miles, the number, general direction, and distance.
So surprise, surprise, there's a lot of undead.
Yeah. Okay.
None of them are immediately around you, though. They're all further into the estate.
Okay.
And as you kind of look, they do seem to be kind of around where you know the house would be, because you still see the towers poking up over the trees. The closer to the house your senses get, there are a lot of undead around that area.
Okay. Any specific type worth noting?
There are definitely strong resonances in places, but there's also weaker ones where you would assume would be like the general, just run-of-the-mill zombie or skeleton walking around. But there's definitely some more powerful ones here and there in places.
Okay. So I'll share with the group, what I found. Be on guard. That house is positively filled to the brim with undead. The multitude of it is mostly not worth mentioning, skeletons, zombies, that sort of thing, but there's a few stronger signals, I guess you'd call them, that I can't quite put my finger on.
Well, I guess I'm not surprised. Last call for the carriage house, then I guess. Something if we head in farther, we might be in more danger. I doubt the lake house is in much better condition than this.
Well, I mean, the carriage house seems to be relatively safe as far as undead are concerned. And Jasmine doesn't smell anything living at all.
Well,
which is creepy on its own.
Yeah, it is. Well, I guess at least we could take a look around inside. So can I just step into the carriage house and make some perception checks?
Yes. Everybody who wants to make a perception check can make a perception check as you step inside of this house.
Sure.
Perception.
I mean, Jazz already did her thing, so I'm just going to roll for me.
Those 2 rolls a day that I have kind of sucks. I'm just gonna.
Well, that's all right.
That's all right. You can
always
use them on an
for
enemy.
Enemies.
Yeah. 21.
And I got 17.
I got a 13.
I have a 6. They all
Well,
suck.
There's definitely a lot of dust in here, and there's definitely some vines that have gotten in here. It's pollen and dust.
Okay.
That's basically what you smell. As you kind of walk around and look at things, there is a heavy layer of dust over this furniture. But with your, who is it that got the 20?
That was me, 21.
21.
Some of the furniture is not as dusty as other pieces of furniture.
Oh, I don't like
Some
that.
of this furniture has dust underneath of it in places that dust generally wouldn't build up if there is a piece of furniture sitting there.
Nice. Okay, so I guess just I'll kind of like pop up from under a couch or something, where I was like wiping my finger along the ground and presenting it to the group. So some of the furniture has been moved recently. I don't know if you've noticed, but these pieces here don't have nearly as much dust on top as the others, and there's a thick layer underneath where it has no business being.
That is concerning. Can we do like an investigate check to search for like signs of someone else being in here?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
My investigation is poop. So, hey, not 20.
Oh, dang. I got an unnatural 20.
Flipping to things in the book. Okay. So you don't see, here's the weird thing. You don't see drag marks, like the furniture was being dragged. You see almost like something was slithering across the floor.
Don't like that. Mm-mm.
But there's definitely signs that furniture has moved, but there is no movement. There's no furniture, like somebody pushed the chair. It's just there.
I use detect magic.
You also notice that it doesn't look like that the furniture has been necessarily handled. There's no place where the dust has been picked up by a hand or an arm or a butt. Nothing like that. It's uniform.
Okay.
Okay, well, strange as this is, there's nothing in here now, so
It's probably going to be one of our safest options.
I guess we just sleep uneasy for the night then.
This house can accommodate all of us, right?
Yeah, it can.
Okay. Well, do we want to try to tidy things up a little bit and then make it a bit more of a home for us?
Lark's already just casting prestidigitation arbitrarily
Yeah.
into a place. Like
I'll just start casting mending and all the broken stuff.
Some of the stuff doesn't mend.
Oh! Like, as in it's like too big for the spell to fix it, or is
No.
like something?
As in, it is not something that mending affects.
Well, that is also
All right.
concerning.
Detect magic then. I want to use detect magic in this place.
All right. Let me read something real quick. One of the rugs on the floor has some transmutation magic on it, but nothing else is magical.
Wait, can I see Percy try to mend something that's just a chair, I don't know, broken chair or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing happens. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
All right. Roll an attack roll, please.
I don't trust that. I get 2 beams since we are 5th character level.
Yes. Yes, you do.
2 beams.
So I'm going to send 2 Eldritch Blasts at whatever Percy just tried mending that it didn't work. And that is with my new Wand of the War Mage, that's +8 to hit. So that's going to be a 22 and a 23 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And that's 2d10 +8 force damage. Because I took an invocation that makes my Eldritch Blasts just hit harder.
Mm-hmm.
Burn that chair. Blast that chair.
I thought we were trying to clean up in here.
Yeah, exactly.
That is 20 damage.
Ooh.
20 force damage to whatever Percy just tried fixing.
It doesn't splinter as the beams hit. It instead bubbles like flesh and is torn like flesh. And the chair begins to move. You see the underneath of the chair inflates, this weird purplish flesh. The legs become these weird frog legs with claws on them. The seat rips open to reveal a mouth, and the back moves, and other pieces of furniture begin to move and shift and change as well. And I would like everybody to roll initiative.
24.
We need to burn the entire carriage house.
Burn it to the
24
ground.
for Arthur.
Is that going to be the assumption we make for every building we walk into when something bad happens?
Yes.
We're just going to burn the entire estate to the ground.
10 for me.
I got
10 for
13.
Rerek.
I have a 17.
17 for Percy. How much for Lark?
13.
13 for Lark. And I need to roll some more. Oh, that is very good for this thing.
Oh, good.
Yay!
Ooh, also very good. Well, it is Arthur up first.
Okay, what are we looking at for enemies here?
You are looking at a chair that is directly next to Percy.
Okay.
You are looking at a an end table that is across the room. You were looking at various cups in a tea set and the rug on the floor, all of which have started moving.
Okay.
I don't trust that rug.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about going for the rug. So, okay. It feels weird to attack first paintings and now furniture.
I did. So I blasted the chair, right?
Yes, you have done damage to that chair.
It's hideous. It's tacky. I don't like it.
Oh God.
It's also made of flesh and has claws, so maybe that's our main concern.
Right. Yeah. So that's nice. Okay. I'm gonna hunter's mark the rug,
Mm-hmm.
and then hang on. I gotta double check my stuff because I still have new stuff I'm not used to. Where is my what? Oh, there it went. Sneak attack. Okay. D6 damage, attack, finesse, range. Yes. Okay. So I am going to longbow the rug with advantage, and I rolled the exact same thing twice. That's fun. So either way, 25 to hit.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Okay, so let's roll.
Need to get my. Oh God. There it is.
2d6. And 18 total damage, including sneak attack and hunter's mark.
All right. So you fire your bow as the carpet rears up and it slices a hole through it.
Yummy.
And it begins to unravel a little bit, but it is very clearly still moving and undulating in an unseen breeze.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like any parts of this. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at, but I'll have Jazz go for the chair that already took damage.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I gotta pull up her stats. Let's go for I'm imagining not far enough away for a pounce, so we will just go straight for a bite attack.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And she does not take. No, okay. Sorry, I gotta get my rolls. D6 plus 6, so 7 total piercing.
7?
Yep.
All right. She lunges forward. One moment. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. She lunges forward and sinks her fangs into this horrible flesh thing and rips out a chunk of it. And it makes this weird noise as it scrabbles on the floor. And next up is the chair you just attacked.
Oh.
Yay! Great.
So since Jasmine was the creature that attacked it last,
Pulling up her stats.
its mouth opens and this frog-like purple tongue comes out and takes a swipe at her. And it whiffs it with a 9.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, it totally whiffs as it continues to do the weird croaking sound. Next up is the end table that also weirdly inflates, the legs of the table coming out to become more of these weird sort of frog leg things, the bulbous purple body coming out, and a mouth opening with a tongue that comes out of a mouth filled with teeth. And I think, who would be the closest to this thing? I think Rerek is probably the closest. So it has this weird move. It's too heavy to actually move very quickly. So it puts its weird frog legs on the ground and slides itself across the floor. And it manages to make its way up to you, and it is going to open its mouth and try and bite you.
Why?
With a nat 1, it just misses. You step
Oh,
back in
God.
surprise as it just right in front of you. And it is standing next to you. Who is next? I believe it is Percy is next with Rerek on deck.
I'll cast Spirit Guardians.
Very good idea. I will say you can probably hit the chair that is next to you.
Cool.
All of the teacups on the table
Cool.
and the rug.
Yeah, I'll
How
stay
much
where I
is
am
the
then.
radius? How big is the radius?
It is a 15-foot radius.
So you just miss the end table that is next to Rerek, but you hit everything
I
else.
can't finagle myself to do that as well. I'll be
Well,
missing
if you,
something else
you'd
if I
have
do
to
that.
take some movement speed, which would mean moving away from the chair.
So an opportunity attack.
Possibly.
I will allow the end table can be dealt with by my compatriots. I will stay where I am and use Spirit Guardians.
And it is when they first enter the
Yeah,
area.
if they enter or start their turn.
Okay, so it is going to be, I believe, start of their turn that they're going to take it. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to do on this turn before you pass to Rerek?
That's it.
Okay. Am I next?
Yes, you are currently having your turn.
I need to work on my action economy. Y'all have like cool bonus actions and shit. I don't got none of that.
Yeah, all of my spells are bonus actions, thankfully.
I have a question. Can I like do a blunt attack on this thing?
You do have your staff that you can hit this thing with.
Like,
It would be a quarterstaff. So yeah, it would be a d20 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity. No, not dexterity. Strength. And you can choose to either two-hand it or one-hand it. If you one-hand it, it's a d6. If you two-hand it, it's a d8. But you have to decide now.
Two-handed.
All right. Roll the attack against the end table.
That's a D8, you said?
Roll the d20 first and then add your proficiency and strength.
13.
That hits.
Plus, you said proficiency and strength. Holy crap. I have so much Windows open. Strength is 13.
Well, you'd add the modifier, so I think you get a +1
Plus
with a
1.
13.
So 14. And what's the other one?
Your proficiency.
Twice. Where do I find that?
I believe your proficiency would be.
Oh, I don't see it.
Oh, it is +3 at the moment. Okay. Because we're 5th level, it's +3.
Plus, it says +2 on mine.
Oh. It should be +3.
Should be +3. Yeah.
So I should have changed it. Like +3.
Well, you definitely hit it with the 13. So you give it a good old whack. So roll a d8 and then add +1 to it as you whack the horrible frog end table.
It's a 1.
Okay, so you deal 2 points of damage to it. That makes the math
Oh, that
easy.
fucking sucks.
As you just bonk, whack it. It is very resistant to this. You feel it push back almost. Like this thing is just fat.
Man, I should have just blasted it or something.
And so next up, I believe, is Lark. Yes.
So I'm just gonna Lark's always hovering and flying, but now nothing nothing above us and towards the ceiling is moving, right?
No.
I'm just gonna fly up to where I'm just like a bat around the ceiling, and I'm just gonna take a survey of how large is the space of the room? Like, I'm assuming if Percy's Spirit Guardians almost got everything in it, it's not a very big radius necessarily to work in fighting.
No. Since the radius is 15 feet for Spirit Guardians, and it didn't quite hit the end table, and the end table, I would say, probably only had to move about 5 feet to get to Rerek. Probably it's maybe a 40-foot room.
Okay. As a free action, can I call down and be like, "Hey, Arthur, do you want a little help down there? A little scooch of magic to help you out?"
I have a feeling you're gonna do what you'd like, regardless of what I say. So
yeah. So I'm gonna cast Enlarge on Arthur. So once a day with my fairy magic, I can cast one of my fairy spells for free. And since we're
Yep.
5th level, I have access to Enlarge Reduce. So I'm gonna enlarge Arthur and blow him up to be a size larger of a creature. And all of his equipment enlarges with him as he just gets surrounded by like shadows and orange fairy speckles. I don't know. The thematics of the magic got a little murky for a while, but remember it was orange and black, very Halloween.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna make him a size larger, which will also increase whenever you deal damage with a weapon, it's gonna deal an extra D4 of damage.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And you have advantage on strength shit while you're enlarged, and you're just kind of a bigger target, but maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna enlarge Arthur, and then I'm gonna quicken an Eldritch Blast.
All right. What are you blasting?
I think I'm gonna try to blast the fucking chair again. Do any of them none of them look hurt to us, right?
You've definitely done a good chunk of damage to the chair that's next to Percy.
Okay, then I'll send one beam at the chair and one beam at the teacups if they're like a group unit. I don't know how
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the chair beam. That's only a 10 to hit.
No, that doesn't hit.
Teacup beam. That's an 18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. You hit the tea set. All of them go flying and transform into their real selves, these weird purple blobs with horrible legs, and they just fall over the place. No more tea set.
Okay, I was gonna say it's 14 damage if that matters.
Oh yeah, you would have killed every single one of those. And we're just doing it as a group because these things are literally challenge rating 0. So just lump them together. Yeah, you just blast the tea set straight off of the table.
So that was action and bonus actions. So, and my movement to go up. So
Yes.
Lark's just gonna kind of float up there and see what happens.
So now it is the rug's turn, and the rug is going to actually, no, Jasmine hit the chair, didn't she?
Yes.
So she's next to the chair. Okay. So it's going to move. The rug is going to move towards you. It can only move 10 feet. It doesn't quite make it to you. It gets right up to you. Doesn't quite make it. Can't reach you this turn.
Does it walk like the carpet from Aladdin?
No. Sorry. It just kind of undulates and glides across the floor.
That's less cute.
Yeah, sorry. We are in a gothic horror campaign. I don't think
you
anything's
never
going to
know.
be cute. And I think at that point, yes, we are back up to the top with Arthur.
Okay, 2 questions. 1, how far away is this rug from me now?
It's like right up against you. You can reach it.
Okay, so easily within 10 feet. Okay.
Yes.
And what did you say about strength for?
So you're now size large instead of size medium. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Your weapons grew in size with you, and while they're enlarged, your attacks with those weapons deal an extra D4 of damage.
There we go. Okay, so here is what we're gonna do. Nope, I'm just gonna go. I hunter's marked. What did I hunter's mark? I hunter's
The
marked the rug.
chair. Oh,
chair.
yes, you did hunter's mark the rug.
No, I did I hunter's
You
marked the
hunter's
rug.
marked the rug.
Okay, so I'm gonna 2-weapon fighting with my bonus action on the rug.
Oh.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And nope, that's still a flat roll. I don't have advantage to hit with hunter's mark. It's just a flat roll. Okay, for 18 for the first one.
That hits.
And critical for the second one.
Ooh.
Okay, so first one is 11 plus hunter's mark. That's 15 for the first.
Oh, you just tear this thing to shreds.
And it's dead.
It's dead.
Okay, excellent. Cool. That's the first time I've ever done 2-weapon fighting, and I didn't even need the second hit. Okay, so I get to choose a new quarry on the next turn, but I've already used. I guess I don't actually really even need to use my movement. I'm just going to stay right where I'm at because I took out the imminent threat and then have Jasmine do another bite on the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nope, that's a D12. I want a D20. Stop it. D20, and that is a 11.
Oof. She bites into this thing, but it is just fat, and she doesn't quite break the skin. It is still uninjured from her bite. Fabulous. So after that is the chair that is next to Percy, which is still going to go after Jasmine because it is, it has to make a wisdom save from Spirit Guardians. Wisdom save. It has a +1 for some reason. Does a 14 save?
It does not by 1.
Yes.
All right. I need to scroll back down to the spell at Spirit Guardians. Now it takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm. Love this spell.
Radiant.
Yeah, it's quite good. Oh, it's an 8 and 3. Another 8. So it's 19. Yeah.
Ooh, this thing is looking injured. As the spectral, weird green hands rake their nails over the chair, trying to drag it into the ground, you definitely see this thing is being affected by it. Its skin is bubbling and boiling, and it is continuing to make really nasty sounds. And it is going to take a swipe at Jasmine with its weird tongue, of which it probably also misses. Does a 12 hit Jasmine?
It does not.
Once again, the tongue lashes and she ducks as the tongue over her. The one next to Rerek is up next. It is not within the Spirit Guardians. It is going to, this time, it's going to attempt a pseudopod tongue attack,
Ugh.
and it gets an unnatural 20
Brody.
against you, Rerek.
That's a hit.
Yes. Where is my D8? There it is. So it does 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and the tongue is sticky. It sticks to you, and it begins to pull and grow taut as it tries to pull you into its open maw. And that is going to be the end of its turn.
How much damage again? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It was 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
What? You are... I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't? 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
What happened? Hello?
Oh,
We
did
can
we
all
lose?
hear you. I think it's you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but you can't hear us.
I can't hear anybody.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, that is good advice. Why is my mouse not working?
Oh, I can hear you, I think. No, can you talk?
Hello?
Yeah, can you
Yeah,
hear us
there
now?
you go. Yeah.
We're good? Okay.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And also the tongue is sticky and it sticks to you, and it grows taut as it tries to pull you into its open toothy maw.
Okay, so
And so now it is Percy's turn with Rerek on deck.
Sweet.
Why does it always have to be aberrations?
So it's just the chair left.
The chair
right?
next to you and the chair next to Rerek. The chair next to Rerek is
Cool.
barely damaged. The chair next to you looks like it is hanging on.
All right, I'm gonna.
can someone like get this thing off me?
I'll just do a sacred flame on the chair that I'm next to.
Ooh, it has to make a dex save, which somehow it has a +1 in dex. It's so weird looking at some of these stats and going, huh?
Why does a chair have that?
Yeah. So it whiffed it with a natural 1. So
Sweet. Oh God, I need to
roll your damage.
Sacred flame. Where are you? I need to get like spell cards or something. There it is. 1d8 radiant.
You are
2d8
fifth
because I'm
level, so
5th level.
yes.
Woo!
Yes.
That's a 3 and a 6. That is 9.
Yeah. So you blast this thing, the radiant light rippling over top of this thing's flesh. It makes horrible noises as it shudders. It is holding on for dear life.
Dang it.
But it is not dead yet. And so now it is Rerek's turn.
Oh wait, did the chair that attacked Rerek do my spirit guardians?
It is not
No.
in the Spirit Guardians.
Oh right, no, that yeah,
It's
that's
It is
completely
just
that was the
outside
one.
of it.
Cool.
Completely
Okay,
healthy.
can I use my movement to get closer to it? Then I'll take the opportunity attack.
All right. It will make the a 12 doesn't hit you, does it?
No.
So once again, its weird tongue just goes out for you, but you were just too quick, and it lashes the air where you just were before it back into the weird mouth.
Wait, is that
And-
the thing that has me?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the other chair.
And now the chair next to Rerek is in the Spirit Guardians, but it won't take damage until its next turn. But it is your turn, Rerek. It currently has its tongue latched onto your arm. It is sticky and it is trying to pull you in. What would you like to do?
I'm not. My attacks are not like limited or anything. It's like
No.
okay. I'll just.
It's just
firebolt
until you
this.
escape it, your speed is 0.
Okay. Okay. I'll just firebolt this mother trucker.
It is a ranged spell attack, and it is
It has to
right
be
next to you, so you're at disadvantage.
Oh, God.
Do you have
Unless-
anything like Shocking Grasp or anything that's like a melee spell attack? Like with a touch? I could use.
I don't think I do.
And
Or just
maybe
a
a note
saving
for next
throw
level
spell?
up.
Oh shit.
Like Frostbite or anything that does a saving throw on it?
I do have a frostbite. Can I do that?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Happen.
Is it an attack roll or is it a saving throw?
Frostbite, I think that's a saving throw.
I think Frostbite's a dex save.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's either dex or con.
Con
It
7.
is-
Attack / save. I don't know what that means.
Why does it have
That's
attack
how-
and save?
Google.
Fucking D&D
It-
Beyond, man.
Oh.
It's a I don't know. It's a con saving throw. I'm looking at the wiki.
All
yeah.
right.
Like, it's con.
Oh my god, these things are rolling like shit. So it definitely fails. I
God
rolled a
damn.
4. So that means it takes damage. Roll the damage. Go away, Duolingo.
Which D20?
You're-
1d6.
It's
Okay, I was
Well,
like,
2d6 because 5th level.
okay.
Oh, right. Yep.
4 and 3.
So 7.
Yeah. I suck
All
at it.
right. So you blast this thing with frosty air, cold and ice, and it forms a rime over top of part of it, and it burns into its flesh a little bit.
Merry
But
Christmas,
it is,
motherfucker.
but it is still standing. Would you like to do anything else?
If its tongue is frozen, can I like break it off of me? Because what the hell?
That would be an action, which you've used for
Never
your
mind.
cantrip. Sorry. And
It's
so
fine.
next up is Lark, I believe.
So both chairs are now in Percy's Spirit Guardians, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna
The
leave
one-
the really damaged one to hopefully just die to some. In the back of his mind, Lark's like, I wonder if he notices how fucking creepy these Spirit Guardians suddenly are.
It is not.
But I'm gonna do what Lark do, and let's throw some beams of night sky at people. Eldritch Blast the chair that has our friend Rerek in it. So that's an 11 for one,
That one misses.
a 24 for the other.
That one hits.
Okay. 7 force damage.
All right. So you blast this thing. Some flesh comes off as you hit it, but it's still kicking.
Let me just check my. I want to see if there's anything else I can do with a bonus action. Where is it?
You can probably quicken another spell, but
I
you
don't
are
have enough-
concentrating on enlarge reduce.
I'm concentrating on enlarge reduce. I don't have enough sorcery points to quicken another spell at the moment, but I can use flexible casting to turn a spell slot into sorcery points. So that is a bonus action. So I'm gonna turn one of my first level spell slots into a sorcery point.
Doesn't it turn into 2 sorcery points?
Let's look at
I
that.
thought it did. Or I might be imagining things.
I think I think what you're thinking of might be backwards, where it's. Let me see. That's creating spell slots, takes 2 sorcery points. You can expend 1 spell slot and gain a number of sorcery points equal to the slot's level.
So it takes 1 plus the spell's level to create it, but you only get the spell's level back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the
Yeah,
chart
so
in front of me. So yeah, I'll make 1 sorcery point and go up to 2 sorcery points with my bonus action.
all right, sounds good. And I guess it is back up to the top with Arthur.
So I'm going to transfer Hunter's Mark from the dead rug to Rerek's chair. And then I'm going to fire my longbow while trying not to bash my elbow through the ceiling. Which is a 20 to hit.
Which one are you hitting? The one with Rerek?
Rerek's chair, yeah.
Yes, that definitely hits.
Okay. So there's like a bunch of stuff going into this. Oh, I'm sorry. Bonus action for Zephyr Strike.
Ah, okay. And then you get the advantage that you're to spend.
Yes. So that is 31.
31 points of damage?
Yes.
All right.
In total, between sneak attack, Zephyr Strike, Hunter's Mark, the extra D4 from being enlarged. There's like 7 things.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shoot this thing, and at that point, the arrow just passes through it, out the other side, and embeds itself in the floor. It makes a horrible screaming noise as it still has it, but it's this weird muffled sound as it currently has its tongue sticking out of its mouth and shivers, scrabbling at the floor. And it is the incredibly damaged mimic's turn, which I'm assuming it it takes half damage regardless.
Yeah, it does.
So it just explodes and dies.
Oh, yeah.
Very unceremoniously. And then this one has to make a wisdom save against your spell save because it's starting its turn now and it failed with a 4. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So roll your damage.
7, 4, 5. So that is 16.
Yeah, it's dead. It also seems to melt under the force of your spirit guardians and is dead. And all of the weird, horrible monster things in the carriage house are now dead.
Can we sleep now?
Yes, you may. This would be a great time also to end the episode. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.